I've been thinking a lot about the biblical imagery of shelter lately. Perhaps because I feel sort of barraged by news about coronavirus. I'm looking for refuge, a very important metaphor in the scriptures, which assure us again and again that our God is not some distant deity, but is in fact our living space, our habitation. God is, if you'll permit the phrase, where we live, as close as our environs, closer in fact. So I'm also thinking about this class as a kind of shelter. There's a sense in which focusing on video production and the technical and ethical concerns that obtain with COM 238, it's actually kind of a shelter for us, a refuge. For right now, all we have to do is to think about things like framing and composition and shot lists. But I did want to talk to you just a little bit about how I've had to adapt this course, because it isn't really what we were planning to do when we designed the course. Not at all, in fact. So here's an overview of the adjustments that I've had to make in redesigning COM 238. You should plan on spending about 6 hours every week on this class. 3 hours for in-class stuff, 3 hours for out-of-class stuff, although it's all online, so what does that even mean? If it begins to be more than 6 hours of work a week, would you let me know? I probably should make an adjustment. The final unit of our class now involves something of a choice between field work and film criticism. I really, frankly, can't get a straight answer from our field partners, Spirit Juice, and I haven't really tried with Rhoda Films because only one of you has been partnered with them, but they don't know whether they're able to allow external partners onto their sets right now. So they're playing it by ear, and we're playing it by ear. So if you get a call from a field partner, by all means, go do the work. If you feel safe, plunge into it, enjoy the work, and then write a brief report about what you did. But if you're not called in to field work by your assigned field partner, well then we're asking you to watch a feature film of your choice and to write a one-page memo discussing how that film enacts what you were reading about in Bowen for that week. Our final project has changed too. We're no longer able to do a collaborative meet cute project, sadly. But I will be asking you to design a fictive story, 5 minutes in length, shot with any camera available to you. You'll need to submit the following items, and we'll be working on these steadily throughout the ensuing weeks. A storyboard, a shot list, a script, and an MP4, a final exported file. That file should include at least 24 shots that give me and Richard a sense of what the video would have looked like if it had been completely edited and produced. You'll not be graded on your editing, but we do ask you to join all of your clips into a single exported file. You can do this with something like iMovie, or you could use Trinity's free cloud access to Premiere Pro. It's available on the Creative Cloud. If you have questions about that, make sure you let me know. At the start of each week on Monday morning, I will post the module for the week. I might do it on the weekend, okay, but technically the thing will open on Monday morning, and I'll expect you to have completed that by Friday evening at 5 p.m. Thank you for joining me, us, in this online version of COM 238. And I hope that the focus and attention, the concentration and the preoccupation that it makes space for will be a kind of shelter, even as we know that our larger and more enfolding shelter is the living God.